back to every.
Hey family, welcome back to April Promo. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. You can also find us in the various social media outlets if you'd like to check us out there. I apologize about the delay. I had some personal things going on, but don't worry, we're back and we're here to stay. Now more than ever, I feel that we need soldiers. People are going to stay consistent to push content and push the truth, the actual narrative as to what's going on. Definitely missed y'all and appreciate all the love I was getting with the likes and comments, messages while I was on my little leave there, if you will. Some of y'all are coming at my head, but I appreciate it. Keep the momentum of us and our community going. I feel that 2019 was a spectacular year for us, as well as the years leading up to that, obviously. But we can't lose our momentum. So with that being said, I come today bearing gifts of sunlight now. But I wanted to go ahead and shed some light overall on the things that are going on today within our community. A lot of what I have to say is obviously going to apply to the Black and Brown community, which in a sense applies to everybody. So what prompts me to do this video is the many of executions and murders that have happened to our brothers and sisters over time by the police, the men and women, in my opinion, robo-cops that are to protect and serve us. That's the very reason that we invade foreign countries, or have invaded at least one foreign country and are still there till this day for decades. They were committing executions and beheading their citizens in broad daylight. Here, this man, I guess we'll call man, does that to one of our brothers, Mr. George Floyd. And people are still confused as to how or why we would be upset. I hear the why not the peaceful protesting. First off, we are peacefully protesting and have been peacefully protesting for quite some time. Nothing has come of that. Matter of fact, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated for that. So it's a lot deeper than the execution itself. It's what brought that execution to head. What's bringing these protests to head. It is on record that we have peacefully protested and have been infiltrated by the federal government to loot and start the rioting and things like that. And of course, if you have people who are not sure where their next meal is going to come from, or things like that are on their mind, and they see, well, this Target or whatever store it may be is being looted and vandalized, it's damn near burned to the ground. Well, what's it going to hurt that they take one more ramen noodle or something of that nature? So what I'm saying is, once you light the fire, of course it's going to get bigger. It's going to grow. Is that okay? No, I don't believe that's okay. But what I'm saying is, we are peacefully protesting, have peacefully protested, and what has come of that? Can somebody answer that? Because if you say desegregation, that hurt the Black community tremendously. Desegregation. Not only that, Martin Luther King was the head of that, is what everybody would like to say. So if that's what you believe, then how come prior to Dr. King's transition, he was working with the FOI and the Nation of Islam and was saying that speech that he had, the dream, that he awoke from that, and that was a nightmare, not in such a dream, because he realized by desegregating us, that's going to hurt us. It's going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards. It's not going to propel us forward. It's not going to give us human rights or make white people or evil people think any different of us, which is proven till this day. Nothing has changed but the date, as far as I'm concerned. Those are the facts at the hand. If not, I would love for somebody to show me where systemically things have changed. If you have the 13th Amendment in mind, that didn't change anything. All that says is that you can no longer be a slave outside of imprisonment. You can no longer be a slave outside of being labeled a criminal. So all it takes is for somebody that's in the systemic racism to see one of us on the street. I don't need to explain. It's all there. I hear that from my own family, from people that I know. We've come so far, and don't be negative. And it's interesting to me how the table always turns back to us, how somehow we're the negative ones. I would just like to know where systemically it has improved racially, because Number one, desegregation wasn't a unanimous vote. Number two, there are federal records and documents where people of color have been redlined and kept out of equal housing, kept out of equal opportunities for employment. Vaccines have targeted young black babies, boys specifically. Unfortunately, if you are tired of hearing us talk about the situation or what's going on, then all I have to say is, we're tired of our men, women, and children being executed by the very people we pay to protect and serve our community. So just let that sink in and think about how we feel if you're so tired of hearing us talk about this subject. For the other people who wonder, how can I help or what can I do? Any little thing is going to go a long way with helping the black community. So as I mentioned before, um, making noise, if that's all you can do, share things on your social media accounts. Talk to people about this subject, no matter how uncomfortable it might make you feel. Imagine how uncomfortable we feel just walking down the street in this country. That's supposed to be ours. We built this country. Not only that, we supposedly have desegregated and have certain laws and acts passed for us to be citizens of this country legally. Just anything, just pay it forward. Anything goes a long way. Like I said before, tipping your black waitress or driver maybe a little more than you normally would tip your driver or waitress. Purchasing things from a black owned business, no matter what it may be, birthday party, hair product, Christmas cards and wrapping paper, just look for it black owned. You can give back that way. You can help out that way. Just make some noise. Just make it very clear, I guess, what side you're on, because that's exactly what's happening right now, real time. Everybody's having to make it clear what side that they're on. I really don't feel that in this day and age, in the year 2020, that if you're of the age 0 and above, that somebody needs to educate you or convince you that a black man, woman, or child being executed in this country is wrong, is bad. It should not be happening. It's not acceptable. Because I see all the groups, all the movements about the tigers and the cats and the sharks and the plastic waste, and none of that, not to take from any of that. I agree with all of that. It's just, don't minimize a human life then. If you don't have anything proactive or positive that's going to propel us forward, then just keep that to yourself. That's all I have to say about that. How you can help. Brothers, sisters, same thing. And if you're thinking about starting up a company or business, or even just wanting to gain some knowledge about some things, I would say go out on a limb. You never know, and hit one of these brands up. Find your own brand if you're interested. Just reach out. That's how things happen. A life in motion stays in motion. A plant that's growing is going to continue growing as long as you nourish it. So nourish yourself. Think of yourself as one of the best plants. So to sum it up, the light that I want to shed on the situation that's been happening with the police brutality is a couple of things. One, it's not just black men that it's happening to. It's black women, it's black men, it's black children. Two, we have options, you guys, as a community, as a people. We need to come together. That's what the goal is here at APREALPromo. To be the connect. I want to expose all of us to each other to create thought-provoking experiences, because those little seeds are then going to grow into plants and trees, and it's going to be an amazing thing for black people. So just delivering up purposeful experiences here at APREALPromo, guys. I'll put some links and some videos up later about our brothers and sisters in the motherland. There's a couple of YouTubers that I know that I can also get that going. The other thing that I can say is just us connecting, us uniting, us supporting each other. The best way I can say right now is getting to know yourself, getting to know our true history, because a lot of us went to public schooling and don't know our true history. Just taking a deep dive into you, and knowledge of self, knowledge of health, knowledge of wealth. Let's all start gaining that, because a little bit goes a long way. So those are some of my thoughts and some facts on the current situation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, keep spreading the knowledge of self, knowledge of health, and knowledge of wealth. Thanks, guys.